Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 14 NFL previews and analysis. This video is for the game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens. This game will take place in Baltimore, who comes in with a record of 6-6, sort of with the inside track right now to that final wild card spot in the AFC. And then you have Minnesota 3-8-1, coming in off of a big win at home versus division rival Chicago last week. And while we don't know 100% who's going to start for Minnesota at quarterback, whether it be Matt Castle or Christian Ponder, they're playing against a much better defense than they did last week. Okay, you have a defense in Baltimore that's in the top 10 in stopping the run, which is very important, obviously, when you play Adrian Peterson and the Vikings, especially as Peterson's really gotten into a groove here in about the last month or so. A Baltimore defense gives up 3.7 yards per carry, only gives up exactly 100 yards per game on the ground, puts them 6th in the league at stopping the run. They've only given up 2 rushing touchdowns the entire season. And I think a big part in this game is obviously going to be, can Minnesota get Adrian Peterson going early and often? And then whoever quarterbacks for the Vikings, whether it's Ponder or Castle, can they protect them enough to give them lanes to throw the football? With Suggs and Doomerville, I think they have very favorable matchups against those tackles of the Vikings. We'll see how much they can exploit that. This Ravens defense does play a lot better at home. And, if we flip the tables around now, you have to think Joe Flacco and that offense are absolutely salivating at the opportunity to go up against this porous, to say the least, Minnesota secondary. I mean, I know the Bears lost last week, but we saw how good Josh McCown looked against the secondary. We saw how good Alshon Jeffrey looked against the secondary last week. Flacco wants to throw the ball deep. What does that lead to? Hey, he's prevalent to getting sacked because he's not mobile and the plays take long to develop. But especially at home, when he's able to hit these long plays, it really gets their offense going and gets their team going. And I look for that to be a big factor in this game. Look, everyone throws the ball in the Vikings, and I don't see why Flacco can't in this one. If you look at the running game for Baltimore, it's been non-existent all year. I don't look for the commitment to the running game to be there as much as they've been trying to. Minnesota's rush defense is a little bit better when you compare it to their pass defense. They're still not great. Can Minnesota force turnovers? Can they get a big Cordero Patterson, return, maybe return for a touchdown? Those are the things, okay, outside of an uncharacteristic quarterback performance from Castle or Ponder, those are the things that will keep this game close. I know Castle had a good game last week, and I've been getting a lot from Vikings fans about how good he played last week. Keep in mind that Bears secondary and Bears defense has been pretty bad here since Briggs went out. I thought you saw that last week, and remember, he had a running back who was rushing for 200 yards while he had this good game. So I don't look for Peterson to have as good a game this week as he did last week. I think that affects the pass protection, which in turn will affect the quarterbacks for the Vikings. Look for some turnovers forced by the Baltimore defense. Look for some bombs from Joe Flacco in a game. Look, the Ravens have to win at home here late in the season. Okay, they've been getting better here, I think, in the last 3 or 4 games or so. I like the Ravens -6.5 at home to beat Minnesota. Guys, let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview and recap every game every week, and I'm always talking the news of the day in the NFL. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.